Randel Raison from the United States. I'd like to start with him. He's the first. He can begin now. Please, can I introduce to you Mr. Randel Raison.
Thank you, Rian. I'll need my... There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Mr. Eugenie, and thank you, Mrs. Schwartz von Poppel, for inviting me to be here. I'm truly honored. And also Miss Lita Horlings was very instrumental in bringing me here, and I'd like to thank her as well. I'll try to condense decades of evolution into the 30 minutes that's been allotted to me. And at the end of this presentation, I'll have a gift for each one of you, a small token of appreciation for taking the time to be here and listen to what I have to say about electronic reporting in North America. My original presentation was titled The State of Electronic Reporting in the United States, and I changed it. And just yesterday I changed it because it dawned on me that we're in a state of change constantly. So instead of the state of electronic reporting, we're going to be the status of electronic reporting in North America, because the status changes every day. The International Alliance of Professional Reporters and Transcribers is the newest and, we believe, the most progressive and fastest growing organization of professional court reporters and transcribers worldwide. The majority of our members are in the United States and Canada, so I'll try to condense my comments to those two countries. It's working. Who are we and what is our purpose? We are an organization dedicated to streamlining the legal system, finding and developing and using the most state-of-the-art methods, techniques, philosophies, and technology to strengthen our role as the guardian of the court record through innovation and what we call out-of-the-box thinking. Who is the best and why? Does it matter? There's a bunch of organizations in the world that do what we do. But if you place the National Court Reporters Association at one end of the spectrum and the American Reporters at the other end of the spectrum, we would be right in the middle of that. People have often made comments to me about my Facebook page, which is two hands together and a hologram of the world on those hands. And that's what we all have as court reporters and guardians of the record. We have the world in our hands. We are not advocates, we meaning the IAPRT, are not advocates of any particular system or method, although as students of the court reporting industry and modern technology, we have some very strong views on which methods and paradigms work best in certain environments. But by and large, we believe in integration of all methods of making the record, and that they can all find their place in our modern world. And to save a little bit of time, we are not an us or a them organization. Next. Yes. The capture and delivery of court reporting services has certainly changed significantly in recent years. In the beginning stage, just over a decade ago, the use of court reporting technology has become standard in many venues. Some of the jurisdictions started using digital court reporting in response to budget cuts and significant salary or contract costs for stenographic court reporting. Some jurisdictions began using digital court reporting because of a shortage of stenographic court reporters. Court reporting business models, professional skill sets, and production models for court transcription vary substantially. If there is one pervasive theme across the majority of the jurisdictions, is the fact that diversity and autonomy still reign supreme. local hybrid solutions. The court record remains consistent, but the means and processes to produce it are numerous. During recent years, court recording technology has been implemented in many courtrooms in North America, and specifically in the lower courts. This was accomplished in different ways. Some jurisdictions follow the model where the court reporter is an employee of the judge. Many jurisdictions have come to include digital court reporters because of a shortage of stenographic court reporters. If the court reporter is a digital court reporter, then the court is covered by a digital court reporter. Likewise, if it's a stenographic court reporter is hired by the judge, that court is covered by a stenographic court reporter without regard to the case type. It must be fast, it must be accurate, it must be verifiable, it must be inexpensive, and it must offer instant access. It must also have the capacity to be transcribed by another person simultaneously without highly specialized skills like reading steno, for instance. Our association's 430 plus members represent stenographers, voice writers, digital reporters, firm owners, and product vendors to the court reporting industry. We believe that many of the time-honored traditions and technologies which have certainly served us well in the past cannot stand the test meeting what we call the unattainable triad, that is, producing a record quickly, accurately, and cost-effectively. We believe also that in this rapidly changing world, our methods, technology, and attitudes must change and adjust as well. In short, old technology, old and outdated paradigms are going to have difficulty serving the modern legal system that demands speed, accuracy, and cost-effectiveness in our function. In our modern world, manual functions should be automated. All technologies used should be backed up and duplicated, and simultaneous processes are necessary. The court-making process should be equivalent to the modern assembly line, where complex process is reduced to manageable chunks or pieces of work by a less skilled and costly workforce, as opposed to a highly skilled and expensive workforce. Now, before you fall out of your chairs, let me explain what I just said and what I didn't say. I did not tell you that this work can or should be done by an unskilled workforce. There are many, many skill sets necessary to process an accurate and literate transcript. But for instance, it's no longer necessary to have someone who has honed their craft of stenography for 10 years to record a legal proceeding, when digital recording equipment can be utilized and mastered in days and weeks, and the operator commands half the salary of a skilled stenographer. There are plenty of people who can cross disciplines and transcribe a record from digital media as accurately, or in many instances, more accurately, than a skilled stenographer can from their cryptic note-taking shorthand systems that nobody but them can understand or read. Here's what we believe doesn't work anymore. The old paradigm of one person being the master of all domains. In other words, doing every single function in the court reporting assembly line, starting with recording the proceedings, processing and transcribing the record, and then proofreading, then assembling, then billing, and processing the record. Each time I've ever read a defense of a shorthand or steno court reporter, or I've participated in a conversation with a stenographer, the dialogue goes something like this. Well, you real time with anything but stenography, and real time is an instant record. I'd like to make a couple of points. An audio recording is an instant record. It can be accessed immediately, and when attended by an electronic court reporter, it can be pinpointed by date and time references to any point in the record, so lookup becomes very easy. Second, the audio record is 100% accurate. It's not 95 or 98 or even 99% like a stenographer or real-time record, and an audio real-time record doesn't require additional cost or special skills to produce it. Third, the skill necessary for a stenographer real-time at a high accuracy rate is a phenomenal skill, and it should be highly compensated because there aren't many people who can really do it well. Fourth, in the event that real-time is needed or even affordable by a wealthy litigant or even required by the court, real-time, thanks to modern technology, can be done from anywhere. Therefore, a couple thousand highly skilled stenographers could probably serve the world's real-time needs, and probably do serve the world's real-time needs on an as-needed basis with the technology available in many, many courts today. So if we can get a real-time record inexpensively, or a steno real-time record at a premium, the litigants may probably choose a digital record. The marketplace is very, very real. Competition is real. Economics and budgets are real. And in the American legal system, at least, we are the supporting cast. We are not the actors. So we have to be concerned about the economics because the decision makers are well aware of the economic nuances associated. Finally, here's where we agree with stenographers. The legal system deserves trained, certified personnel capable of functioning in a stressful environment and understanding the legal systems and the nuances of their function in that system. Second, all steno systems use backups built into the CAT systems and even into their steno machines. Third, the legal system is entitled to the best bang for its buck, as we say in the United States. Fourth, machines in and of themselves are not the solution. Smart human beings with brains behind those machines are necessary to ensure an excellent final product. Fifth, we believe that the steno machine is still a very wonderful piece of transcription technology, and with a good digital record is a very fine backroom transcription technology. When voice to print is refined, it will work perfectly with digital reporting technology, and we will embrace it. Perhaps here is where we may disagree with stenographers. We do not believe that we have to spend our money. Oh, I don't want to say that. I apologize. Strike that. Strike that. As a small example, we need to be concerned about how we can relieve court budgets and how we can creatively, and not how we can creatively extract more money from our system. We need to concern ourselves with giving greater value at lower cost and how we can be innovators of change and not resistors of change. Some of the comments I'll make now come from conversations with court reporting professionals, court administrators, and other court officials. The comments may refer to certain percentages of people surveyed, and that survey was conducted utilizing personal and professional contacts. In this portion of the presentation, I relied upon the assistance and research of Jillian Lawrence, who is a court reporting manager in the state of Florida. Did it switch?
Yes, it switched.
It is probably helpful to first understand the commonalities and the differences between jurisdictions. Some jurisdictions record all court proceedings, whereas others record due process only. Some jurisdictions have court reporters that are hired and report directly to a judge. Some jurisdictions provide court reporting services collectively through court administration. Some jurisdictions handle technical matters with court reporting departments, and in some jurisdictions, all technical matters are handled by information technology departments. Some jurisdictions produce transcripts using employees and/or local contractors. Some jurisdictions outsource the majority of their transcription to transcription agencies. Many jurisdictions have a stenographic delivery model, either employee or contractor, with some also using limited digital recording technology. And those court reporters most often provide their own equipment and they're responsible for all maintenance. The jurisdictions using this model report very high levels of satisfaction and remark positively regarding the fact that stenographers generally produce excellent transcripts. They provide their own equipment and they manage their own maintenance. Some difficulties with regard to stenographic model include a shortage of certified stenographers for intermittent coverage for illnesses and or vacations, the steep financial cost of stenographic services, and the continued projected shortage of qualified stenographers for long-range replacement of positions. A hybrid delivery model is used in over half of the jurisdictions, using a combination of either contractual or employees stenographic reporters and either contractual or employee digital reporting staff. In this model, the digital court reporting is most often employed in the lower courts or in the very heavy docket environments, and the stenographers in the higher level hearings and trials. Statement of the problem. In my experiences and conversations, I have found that the delivery of court reporting services has varied widely. Court reporting managers face varied challenges, which may include an unmanageable volume of transcript orders for court staff, lack of control over transcript orders by contractors, limited staff positions to cover both technical and court reporting / monitoring and transcription responsibilities, lack of global integration and support with other technical staff positions, an increased expectation by clients of technical capabilities while under constraints to align policies with the law and in compliance with local policies, and constant technological changes and careful preparation for an uncertain future. In the majority of jurisdictions, the employee or contract court reporters produce page rate. Therefore, the transcript management is most often not part of court administration's responsibility. Jurisdictions stated insufficient staffing as a complaint. Most cited budget constraints as the reason for lack of staff, and some indicated that it was due to a lack of qualified applicants. To get a broad-based cross-reference of opinions, 18 court administrators were interviewed and they were asked these questions. Number 1, describe your court reporting services delivery model. 2, is there any of the transcription done in-house? 3, satisfied with the quality and timeliness of the transcription? 5, do you have adequate staff coverage for the delivery of court reporting services? 6, please describe the technical coverage for 8, please describe changes you see in store for the court reporting landscape in the next decade. Careful attention must be given to the core function of court reporting to record with accuracy the spoken word rather than the particular method by which that record is accurately preserved. 2 particular skills should be highly valued: language mastery and up-to-date technical ability. The National Association Justice to guarantee liberty, to enhance social order, to resolve disputes, to maintain the rule of law, to provide for equal protection, and to ensure due process of law. Court reporting services provides for the protection of citizens in civil and criminal matters by preserving a record of these proceedings. Recent economic stresses have impacted court reporting budgets and have particularly impacted court reporting services. For instance, hiring freezes, layoffs, delaying scheduled salary increases, scaling back general purchases, and delaying of technology implementation. The elimination of temporary and permanent employees has put a great strain on the court reporting departments. Along with other personnel, the frozen salaries have greatly affected staff morale and have also affected the number of qualified applicants for vacant positions. Many jurisdictions look to the National Court Reporters Association for certification for stenographers, the National Verbatim Reporters Association for certification for voice writers, and the International Alliance of Professional Reporters and Transcribers, the IAPRT, for certification of digital court reporters and transcribers. Some states also have their own certification boards for various methods of court reporting, but the IAPRT is currently the only organization offering international training and online certification. And I tried to take our test, and I didn't pass it. Our own test, I couldn't pass it. It's very, very difficult. Experienced and certified court reporters and transcribers possess intellectual and knowledge capital in regarding to the transcript process. Great effort should be given to developing court transcription skills and teaching the appellate processes within the existing court reporting departments to non-stenographic employees, while those skills still exist in the court system. It was apparent from speaking to the interviewees that the hybrid models are currently used in many locations, and those that are currently stenographic only recognize that the future will include hybrid approaches for a continuation of services. The interview results also indicated the potential changes in the upcoming decade, a broad range from real-time stenography reporting to completely digital court reporting models. And now the conclusion. The purpose of the interviews was to assess what current challenges exist in providing court reporting services, to determine some of the reasons why current delivery models are being used, and to learn what the interviewees believe the upcoming decade holds for court reporting services. Two of the problems I anticipated hearing about were not even seen as problems, which are an unmanageable volume of transcripts and a lack of IT support. One administrator said that the lack of court reporters is a major challenge, and another court administrator said, we can't get enough certified stenographers. The court record, whether a transcript or a recording, should be an accurate record of court proceedings. Before finalizing new processes and methods and moving forward, the court record should be evaluated. Quality control matters need to be in place in order to ensure a consistent evaluation of the record. Focus should always be on the intellectual capital behind that record, the court reporters and the technicians, and the need to duplicate that talent within the organization. Court reporting services ensures that all litigants are afforded the guarantee of fairness and justice. Excuse me. And then in closing, I pulled this quote yesterday. It's a quote from Thomas Jefferson, and it's very, very pertinent. Always try to find a nugget of opportunity in the rubble of adversity. It is always there. The IAPRT is holding its annual conference on Carnival Paradise. We'd love to see all of you there. And then finally, we invite each one of you to accept a 30-day membership into the IAPRT. It's very simple. At members.iaprt.org, it takes about 30 seconds to sign up. It's wide open access. There are no restrictions on the 30-day. And it'll give you access to our training materials and the ability to communicate Facebook style with with over 400 court reporting professionals. Some of you might already be members, but they're all over the world. We are in 32 countries, by the way. And that's all I have for now. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Randel. It was very, very interesting. Randel, please.
Please accept a gift of appreciation from us. It's something little, but you've done something large for us. So
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.